Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today is November 20th, 2024. This is the daily read for the collective. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you're located. As far as the date is right, hopefully this will be helpful for you. Usually, the Emperor energy means we need to be in authority. Um, if our boundaries are being crossed, then we have to think about what actions we have to take. So today, there might be situations where we feel like we have to exercise our authority in order to deal with the situation. Um, for some of you, I would say be careful when you deal with authorities. You have to be very careful about your situation. Um, it depends. It really depends. But you have to think about um, what will be the wise action to take when you're dealing with authorities because even though we feel like we have all the reasons that are reasonable for us to argue to fight against something, sometimes we do have to be smart about the situation. So on one end, we have to be in authority in our situation, but on the other hand, we have to be very careful and smart, um, and don't try to have conflicts with the other people who feel like they need to be in authority in the situation. So, according to my experience, I would suggest everyone to have a balanced approach uh, in dealing with our own sense of authority versus the other's sense of authority. I would say if you feel like you are being mistreated today, you can use alternative ways to deal with the matters, but not directly attacking the others or maybe in a very actively responsive mode. But it really depends because if you are smart enough, maybe you can find a way to maneuver uh, the sense of authority in between people, among you and the other people. So only if you're really confident and you really feel like there is nothing wrong to do it, even if it backfires, it's gonna be fine. In that case, it's okay. But if you're not 100% sure, if you feel like you're kind of not in a very stable ground, then you have to be very careful and very precise in making any kind of changes, any kind of decisions, because you don't want to step on the other's toes and you don't want yourself to be in danger. So be very wise about dealing with your own sense of authority versus the other's sense of authority, because we always have to think about the flip side. When we feel like we have to exercise our sense of authority, that actually means the others they're doing the same. So everybody can feel similarly in regards to taking charge towards a situation. So we have to be very sure about what we want in the situation. Do we want peace, or do we feel like okay, that's it? We have to move on from this situation. We don't want to be in conflicts anymore. So it depends on what you want. And by the time you realize what you want, then there is no need to be worried too much, because um, you know, in certain cases, if we are not on stable ground, then we have to make some sacrifices. We have to be, accepting some people exercising their authority on us. But if you feel like, okay, it's the time's up, I'm enough, I don't want to be suppressed anymore, then that's also your own choice. So I just want to tell everyone, make sure, make sure you know what you want. Make sure you are sure about it, then you know what to do. Um, on the other hand, a part of exercising our authority, um, the other hand, we sometimes we have to think about our relationships with our authorities, including parents, especially father. People who don't have fathers in their lives, they are their own fathers, or maybe their mothers can be their father figure, or the other people, maybe uncle or brother, sister, they can be their masculine authority figure in their lives. So these people, regardless of their gender, they have taught us a lot of things that we might need to re rethink about, especially for today, because there are some wisdoms from them. So throughout our lives, especially when we're younger, definitely we have met people um, who who are more experienced than us by the time we met them, and then they sort of um, they would share some of their insights to us. For example, today when I experienced some problems in regards to my personal situation, I remember one of the person who told me when I was a teenager, she said, remember when to move forward and when to step back. So um, that actually gave me a lot of wisdom in regards to the situation. And I would also encourage you to remember some of the people in your life, the people you respect, the authorities you respect. What did they tell you? And how can you implement their comments or their wisdom in regards to your situation now? Because we all have problems that we need to solve. I don't think there's anyone who doesn't have any situations at all. If you're watching this channel, probably there's room for improvement. So I believe that yeah, there must be some element that elements that you will be finding it useful. So I think yeah, it's important to remember what they told you and to align the situation, especially for today, align the situation with their comments. Those comments can be given to you a long time ago, um, and you really have to dig into it in order to realize, oh, okay, this might be applicable. So also today might be a day where you need to realize some of the issues in regards to your father and your father figures. Um, there might be situations where it depends. It depends from situation to situation. You might want to um, communicate with those people who are in power. This can be your father. This can be some other people. Um, but I know sometimes it can be sort of tense to communicate. And I would say you can do a prayer. If you pray, you can do a prayer to these people um, and try to utilize the cosmic energy to send them a message or send them messages. Or you can even use your dreams. Um, because using dreams and prayers can actually bypass our sense of authority and ego. So we don't need to worry about about our ego being attacked, about their ego being attacked. So whatever concerns you have in regards to a situation, before you go to bed, you can just think about wanting to send the messages to a particular person. And in the dreams, your energies will actually connect with their energies without the burdens that we have in our waking life. I know it might sound a little bit or maybe very out there, and it's kind of difficult to understand or to pinpoint for some of you. So if you don't feel like doing it, you don't need to do it. But if you are open to try it out, I encourage you to try it out, because this might be a gateway to the solution of some of the long-standing issues between you and some other people in your life. Um, Last but not least, I would suggest you not to overspeed today because you might be very close to encountering authority figures like policemen or whatever. So just be careful. Um, and this is the message that I have for you guys. I hope you enjoy this read, and I'll talk to you next time. If you like the read, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I appreciate that. Take care. Bye bye.